Hi there, my name is Dickson Wong. I'm an award-winning and multilingual tutor at the Profs, having graduated from the LSE. I specialize in subject tutoring in economics, maths, and Mandarin for GCSE and A levels. 97% of my A-level students achieve at least a grade B or higher, with 72% achieving A stars and A's. And I boast a 100% success rate when it comes to my GCSE students achieving at least grade 6. Today, I'd like to talk to you about an important milestone in a student's academic journey, the 11 Plus entrance exam. This exam is not just a gateway to top selective UK grammar and independent schools, but also an opening to academic excellence and future life opportunities. Therefore, it is hardly surprising that success in the 11 Plus requires a blend of knowledge, skills, and strategy. You may have heard some students said that success in the 11 Plus is just about intelligence. But I disagree. It's about preparation, discipline, and approach. Certainly, from my 11 Plus tutoring experience, I have helped some students who on paper have very little chance of entering the school of their dreams and have been written off even prior to taking these exams. And yet, most ended up successfully gaining admission into the first choice schools. And they didn't just scrape past the 11 Plus, they did so in flying colors. So how did we do it? Well, today, I will take you through 5 essential tips that will give you or your child the best chance of succeeding in the 11 Plus. So let's get started. Tip number 1, skills, skills, skills. Yes, skills. Success in the 11 Plus is not just about memorization and knowledge. It's about developing skills that go beyond the exam. These skills include analytical, logical thinking, reading comprehension, and even mental ones like resilience and working under time pressure. The 11 Plus exam is intended to measure the innate problem-solving skills and how well the student would do in a challenging academic environment, rather than the knowledge beyond the KS2 stage. This means that the ability to understand problems and the skill set in generating solutions across the 4 examinable sections are crucial. For example, in maths, can your child read graphs and diagrams or visualize maths questions in text format? In English, is your child agile in vocabulary usage in different contexts beyond literature and in everyday life? In reasoning tests, schools are testing your child's cognitive ability and their understanding of patterns and spotting connections. Verbal reasoning involves letters and words, and non-verbal reasoning involving shapes and diagrams. Can your child apply these soft skills in the 2 set areas when they're not part of the school's curriculum? And then, let's not forget about resilience. The 11 Plus preparation is a long, long journey. It's something I will talk about in my next tip. So can your child learn from their mistakes and develop a mature and growth mindset? The 11 Plus is as much of a test of perseverance for both the parents, tutors, and the students as it is intelligence. By focusing on the long-term skill development, your child will not only perform well in the 11 Plus, but also build abilities that will serve them well throughout their academic careers and beyond. Tip number 2, start preparation early. Let's be honest, nothing good ever comes out from last-minute cramming. It doesn't work for GCSE and A levels, and it certainly won't work for the 11 Plus. Many of my most successful students, including the ones I mentioned earlier that beat the odds, started prepping up to 2 years in advance. And this extended yet steady timeline means less pressure, stronger retention rate, and better performance for your child. Starting early has several benefits. Firstly, it allows your child to build knowledge gradually to form a solid foundation rather than rushing through concepts. Your child's brain is a muscle, so it requires time and regular practice for anything new to sink in. Secondly, it gives time to identify weakness one by one and spend extra time improving those areas systematically. Thirdly, it ensures that there is enough time for sufficient practice, revision, and mock assessments leading up to the exam day. Well, then you go, okay, so how do I structure for an early preparation? Well, to begin with, number 1, create a study timetable. That means dedicating specific time slots every week to different topics and maintaining a balance between learning and practicing. Remember, the approach of little but often works best for children. Regular and focused study sessions are scientifically proven to be far more powerful than last-minute cramming. Number 2, use a variety of resources. Workbooks, online courses, interactive apps make learning more engaging. A lot of the learning platforms nowadays are adaptive and can tailor practice to your child's strengths and weaknesses. This way, preparation is more effective as it keeps your child motivated for continuous learning. And number 3, regular assessments. By simulating the real test environment, your child builds familiarity and confidence, thereby ensuring that they're not overwhelmed when the actual exam day arrives. Schools generally will have a mix of online and paper formats, so regular but a varied assessment allow the tutors and the parents to track the students' progress and prevent any unwanted surprise on test day. So remember, early preparation is not about intensity, it's about consistency. The students who starts early, learns gradually, and practice regularly will always have the edge over the ones who try to absorb everything in a short period. Tip number 3, understand the test format. While the subjects and the format can vary across school, the 11+ exam usually tests a combination of English, maths, verbal reasoning, and non-verbal reasoning. In maths, covering arithmetic, algebra, and problem solving. In English, comprehension, vocabulary, and grammar. Verbal reasoning tests logical thinking using word patterns, and non-verbal reasoning assessing problem-solving skills with shapes. So, please make sure to check the specific requirements for your target school and understand the format. For instance, does it include a paper component? Are the questions multiple choice or written? Are marks deducted for incorrect answers? Knowing the answer to these will remove the uncertainty and allows your child to tailor their preparation and work effectively. So how exactly do you prepare effectively? Well, number 1, of course, research. Check the school's website, or even contact them directly to understand the exam format. Sometimes, school admission officer is willing to disclose a little information about the format, and these can sometimes be pivotal in allocating your preparation time effectively. Number 2, study past papers. These will help students familiarize with different question styles and difficulty levels. Past papers and mock tests often serve as a valuable resource for understanding the structure and getting used to the time pressure of the real exam. This will help your child understand what to expect, highlight the areas of improvement, and boost their confidence before the big day. Number 3, understand the marking system. Some exams will use age standardized score, also known as ASS, meaning that the older students will have to do slightly better to compete fairly, while other schools will use something called weighting, where specific sections carry more value, and some others simply just take an average across the 4 sections. So it's important to check the criteria for the schools that you're applying to. Tip number 4, build exam techniques. Mastering the exam techniques is just as important as understanding the content of 11+. Many students I came across actually know the answers, but they struggle because they fail to manage time, they misinterpret questions, or even just simply panic under pressure. So good exam strategies will enable your child to manage the time and answer the questions efficiently under often very rushed time conditions. And here are some of the techniques. Number 1, as we said already, time management. Of course, we all know, don't spend too much time on a single question, but more often than not, this is easier said than done. And it is actually not uncommon for ill-prepared students to lose track of time, only then to realize when they only have seconds left and half the test still to go. Unfortunately, by then it's too late to recover. So learn to allocate specific seconds to each question based on the number of marks awarded, and staying disciplined with the skip and return tactic can help. Another technique is question skimming. This is particularly important for the longer questions that normally appear in logical or IQ questions, where questions tend to be longer and contains lots of information, some of which actually are not useful to figure out the final answer. So the ability to read the question first and then skim through the chunky text to find the relevant information and filter out the non-relevant ones are equally important for both time management and scoring highly. The third technique is elimination method. Now, for multiple choice questions, one of the things I keep repeating to my tutees is we are not trying to find the right answers. We are trying to eliminate all the incorrect ones. Especially in entrance exams like the CAT 4, it is actually faster and more accurate to get rid of all the incorrect options until there's only one left. This is particularly useful in verbal and non-verbal reasoning sections, where sometimes 2 of the options are actually quite similar, with the purpose of misleading students who are not familiar with the elimination method. Tip number 5, practice with variety. Part of the reason why the 11 Plus tests 4 different sections is because they want to find an all-round student. So the same principle has to apply to your practice. Many students struggle not because they lack knowledge, it's just because they don't recognize the way the questions are being asked. Many students struggle not because they can't do math or English, they struggle because they neglected the verbal and the non-verbal reasoning sections. This is a critical error because reasoning skills require a different type of thinking. So the best approach is to expose your child to a wide range of question types. For example, when you do maths, it should include straightforward calculations, but also complex word problems. With English, you need to go beyond comprehension and include creative writing and vocabulary expansion. For verbal reasoning, make sure you cover synonyms, antonyms, logical sequencing. With non-verbal reasoning, make sure you cover spatial awareness, patterns and coding, etc. So you see, the 11 Plus includes a very broad mix of multiple choice questions and short answers and comprehension and logical puzzles, which often be very confusing for the ill-prepared students. So there is no better way to prepare for this exam when you practice a variety of mock papers. Because every exam board, whether we talk about GL assessment or CEM or ISEB, will all have its own style. By using a different material, your child can then adapt to different question types and get a feel for a different type of questions that may come up in the exam. And then on test day, this will boost their confidence and tackle questions if they are unfamiliar or worded slightly unusually. My recommendation would be to start with the simpler questions and then gradually increase the difficulty to stretch the ability of your child and to continuously challenge them. But please do remember to review your answers afterwards to better understand what your child could have done better and learn from their errors. Another thing is that it improves the speed and the efficiency of thinking. When you do a varied amount of mock papers under time conditions, not only will you help them not manage time more effectively, but when you complete each paper in the same amount of time in the actual exam, then you mirror what they will face on the day. And the more they do that, the more they will reward from this training, including the ability to handle anxiety and reduce pressure. On the sections where regular mistakes are being made or your child finds more difficult, please aim to complete more questions than usual. So you see, the 11 Plus is unpredictable. And the best way to prepare is to be adaptable. When your child practices with variety, they become flexible thinkers, capable of tackling any challenges that are thrown their way. Success in the 11 Plus is not just about luck, it's about preparation. The students who take these steps early and seriously will give themselves the best possible chance of achieving their goals. So whether you're a student, a parent, or a fellow tutor, remember this. The key to passing the 11 Plus is not about intelligence. It's about skills, strategy, and perseverance. Thank you, and I wish you the best of luck for your 11 Plus journey. If you found this video to be useful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel where we'll give tutees like you the insider knowledge you need to get ahead in school and helping you get the best grades possible. Together, we will help you thrive to reach your academic goals. And please do share this video for anyone who you think maybe find this useful, and feel free to leave any questions in the comment section. If you'd like to improve your child's performance at the 11 Plus, please do not hesitate to get in touch with me or our team of professionals. The contact information is on your screen right now. I'm Dickson Wong from the Profs. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the very best of luck with your studies.